All right, y'all, we in the building. Roll the intro.
Another one, it's another one, and another one.
What's poppin', y'all? We are back with another video. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click it right now. It's right there. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. And also make sure you turn the notification bell on so you don't miss the next time we drop another video. All right, y'all. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about a subject that I think is very, important, and it's very relevant at this point in time. So one thing I noticed, we all know that JT and Glorilla were going back and forth the other day on Twitter, and they were saying all type of nasty things to each other. But one thing I noticed was that people were calling each one of the girls ugly or trying to pick apart their looks. Now, in my opinion, I think both women are beautiful. Both women are beautiful. Glorilla is beautiful. JT is beautiful. Look at both of them right there. They are both gorgeous women. And so, but it was interesting to see how the GP or the spectators and things on Twitter and that sort are just kind of like picking these girls apart by their looks and everything. And so, and then it got my mind is just ticking, and y'all know once I get to thinking, I'm like, And so then it brought me onto a different subject about, colorism and hip hop. Does colorism still exist within hip hop culture? And I think it still does, very much so. And I know that just in general, and just I can recall even as a kid that I feel like the agenda in hip hop or in just entertainment business in general was to always push and boost up the artists of a lighter complexion, push those artists more so toward the forefront. You know what I mean? So I guess, and then my head started clicking again. It gets into the conversation of, is it talent versus looks? Are we more so going on talent, or are we more so talking about looks? And then, y'all, it just all started coming to me. Then I started to think about Sexy Red would be a great example of this. And so let me go ahead and take them down. But Sexy Red would be a really good example of this because Sexy Red does not have any brand deals or anything right now. So Sexy Red doesn't have any brand deals that at least that I know of or whatever. She hasn't been given any brand deals. Now, Sexy Red has I feel like her finger, in my opinion, on the pulse of hip hop right now. You cannot escape Sexy Red. Sexy Red is everywhere. Me and my friends, we go out to the clubs, we go out to lounges and things. You hear Sexy Red. You know what I mean? Sexy Red is everywhere. You might open your app right now. If you open your phone, Sexy Red is there. So the engagement is there. The visibility is there. So why has Sexy Red not been given the same brand deals and opportunities as an Ice Spice? Okay. And also, Sexy Red has worked with huge artists as well. Sexy Red has worked with Drake. She's had music with Nicki Minaj, SZA. She is up there, you know what I mean? So why hasn't she been given those same opportunities that Ice Spice has been given? So let me go ahead and get them both pulled up on the screen right here. And so I think it's important for us to talk about. It's very relevant. And you guys, before I go ahead and get a little bit even more into the topic, when I first started this channel, of course, we're going to get on here, we're going to laugh, we're going to kiki, we're going to be messy. But I always still wanted to do content that has substance as well, because in the grand scheme of things, our last video we talked about JT and Glorilla and kind of broke down that Twitter beef and everything. At the end of the day, that stuff that really doesn't have any. I'm just keeping it a bean. It doesn't have a whole lot of substance. It's just more so for entertainment purposes, and for us to kind of kiki and cackle about it. But I feel like this is a topic that has substance, and it's something that's very prevalent right now within, the hip hop community and entertainment industry, just as a whole. And then also outside of the entertainment industry, just in real life, you know what I mean? So let's break down Ice Spice. And what another thing that had my mind going too with Ice Spice, and let me go ahead and get it pulled up really quickly, because this was something else that I saw that made me want to go ahead and do this video. So I saw this the other day on Twitter, and then they posted it on Neighborhood Talk. So Alexander Wang has this big inflatable floaty going around New York City with Ice Spice on there. She has an Alexander Wang deal. She looks amazing on there. It looks great. You guys see her there. she looks good, and this is really really big. This is Alexander Wang. That's a big designer. This is a big deal for Ice Spice. So first off, shout out to Ice Spice for even having something like that. That is huge. That's a really big deal. She looks amazing right there. Even though this is just a blow up thing, she took a picture just like this, and I guess they recreated the picture and made it inflatable. You know, it's amazing. So big ups for Ice Spice on that. And Ice Spice has also, in addition to the Alexander Wang, we've seen Ice Spice have deals with Dunkin' Donuts. We've seen Ice Spice have deals with we've seen her have deals with the Super Bowl. She had a Super Bowl commercial. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. She had a Super Bowl commercial too. Huge. But why hasn't Sexy Red had these same opportunities? She's had an amazing career as well. Now, I also want to say this. In no way am I comparing the two women for it to be anything negative. I'm not doing that. That's not the angle of this video. So if you getting ready to type and put something nasty in the comments about that, save it, because that's not the point of me comparing the two women. The reason why I'm comparing them, and I thought it would be good for me to choose those two women, is because they're both on the come up at the same time, and they both kind of popped around the same time. So I thought it would be a fair comparison. And also, too, we see that they're both kind of doing their thing right now. And, you know, not for nothing, it's more right now, it's a little quiet for Ice Spice in a sense that we see Sexy Red everywhere. Sexy Red is just everywhere. You know what I mean? So, you know, where is Sexy Red's brand deals? And I think another argument could be, okay, well, Ice Spice makes better music, Keon. That's why, you know, she's pushed to the forefront. She makes better music and she's more marketable. Okay, so what makes her more marketable than Sexy Red? I guess that's my first thought, because in my opinion, I feel like they both kind of are in the same boat in the sense that we know that Ice Spice and Sexy Red both make provocative music in a sense. Ice Spice, her breakout single. What was her breakout single? It was called Munch. And what was she saying in there? That nigga eater, he eat it for lunch. We all know what she was talking about. You know, I don't have to break that down. And then, you know, Sexy Red's breakout song, Pound Town, My Coochie Pink, My Booty Hole Brown. Both provocative, both talking about provocative things. Even as of recently, we know what Ice Spice say. She a baddie, she's showing her panties. You know, she's talking about showing her panties. Sexy Red said, thong all up my booty hole. You know, she's talking about, one talking about a panty, one talking about a thong. They're making, it's the same. We lead into the same role. So what would make one more marketable than the other? And then I'm thinking, okay, again, the argument is that, okay, maybe Ice Spice just makes better music. Does she? You know what I mean? That could be an argument there too. And then also Ice Spice is she has more of a kid fan base too. You know, some may say that, but I mean, even with her having a kid fan base, we've seen Northwest. Northwest loves Ice Spice. She even dressed up as Ice Spice for Halloween. But that doesn't change the kind of content that she puts out. Ice Spice, she presents the same way as Sexy Red, some would say. And I feel that the reason why Sexy Red doesn't have those, she doesn't have those same opportunities is because it could be, does the industry, or, you know, people in general, does the industry look at Sexy Red as a dark-skinned hood chick? You know what I mean? But some could say Ice Spice is a light-skinned hood chick. Ice Spice is from the Bronx. They both have humble beginnings. Sexy Red is from St. Louis. Humble beginnings. They're talking about the same thing just about in the music. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Why doesn't Sexy Red have that same, why haven't we seen her in that same spotlight that we seen Ice Spice in? You know, in regards to brand deals and big partnerships and stuff like that. You know? So it's a very interesting conversation. Y'all know I'm going to always state my opinion, and my opinion is going to be my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to like it, but I'm going to state my opinion. I think that they are pushing Ice Spice to the forefront and pushing her in front of us, like here, because it could be, I do think a part of it has to do with that she does have a lighter skin tone. She is more fair skinned. You know what I mean? Some might be like, no, Keon, that's not true. Maybe her team or stuff like that. But we can go back and forth the reasons, but I do think one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons could be that they view Ice Spice is more marketable because of her complexion. We know that in hip hop and in the hip hop culture, that has always been the angle that's been perpetuated in hip hop for years, pushing the lighter skinned artists, even if the lighter skinned artist isn't as talented, pushing them to the forefront and kind of like shoving them down our throat. Not saying in this case, Ice Spice or Sexy Red, one is more talented than the other, because like I told you, I feel like they put out the same content and they both make good songs, you know, that you want to hear maybe in the club or while you vibing. And again, like I said, not for nothing, Sexy Red is, you know, you hear her more than Ice Spice these days. You understand what I'm saying? When I'm thinking about big brand deals, and this is just me because I'm on the internet just like y'all are, I see Sexy Red everywhere. You know? So what makes Sexy Red not get those same opportunities? Some may say it's because, and here's another way to view it, outside of her skin tone, because Sexy Red is a darker skin tone female. Some may say that Sexy Red presents a little more urban than Ice Spice. You know what I mean? Because we know Sexy Red is, she is a little bit more, I guess, out there with, you know, who she is as a person. She's being authentic to herself, and she represents, I think that she represents, you know, maybe the upbringing of a lot of black women, or, you know, just women in general. You know what I mean? So that could be the argument too, that she's just a little bit more urban, you know, and Ice Spice maybe just isn't as urban as Sexy Red. That could also be an argument too. You know, that could be one of the things. So I don't know. I just thought it would be good for us to come on here and actually like have the dialogue about that. Again, like I told you, when I first started this channel, I always still wanted to do and talk about subjects and topics of substance. So I guess I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. And again, one thing I do want to clear up, I don't think that Sexy Red reflects all black women in America, or all black women within entertainment business. I don't think that. But do I think that there are black women out there who could relate to Sexy Red? Absolutely. Do I think that there are black women out there who may have had the same upbringing, or do face the same challenges, or have had the same experiences as Sexy Red? Absolutely. Same could be for Ice Spice as well. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. But I guess my question is, where is Sexy Red's brand deals, and why does it seem like hip hop always pushes the more lighter complexion person toward the forefront? These are just my views on things. It's my opinion. Again, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. But I think it's important for us to have a dialogue like this. And I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I will say this video is not to offend anyone, so I hope no one took offense to this. In no way am I trying to pit women against each other. But I did have to make the comparison of these two women. And I think it was a fair comparison because they both did come up around the same time. Again, I could have pulled, you know, different women for who have been on, or who have gone on to have huge careers, who are more fair skinned, or who are of a darker complexion. But I thought it was a good comparison for me to use Sexy Red and Ice Spice, because they both are having the same come up right now, as far as they're coming up around the same time. So let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know y'all views in the comments. Of course, y'all know we're going to chop it up in the comments. Make sure you be respectful in the comments, because some people been getting a little crazy. Make sure you're respectful in the comments. You can still convey what you think without being disrespectful. But let me know what y'all think in the comments about this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click that notification bell so you don't miss the next time we drop another video. I'll see y'all in the next one.